yeah, from here you can start, you can stop, and you can troubleshoot software. But usually we mainly use it for powering on all devices. So everything which you can see here is all the computers which run Windows, and they're all connected to this watchdog application. This is the backbone of the simulator. So you have the instructor PC, the server PC, and I think they are located very close to the desk somewhere. Then you have the trainee. So the trainee, this will include every computer which is part of the whole simulation page, the bridge. So the trainee station, which is basically sending the signal to all the link clients, and the link clients are doing all the outside views. So everything you see on the big screens that is controlled from these computers. You don't need to know everything, but I'm just briefly covering the topic. We will later also try to start and stop programs and run new scenarios and stuff. But now I quickly want to explain what this overview is. Then you also have a dedicated PC for the radar and the actors. And there is one for the GPSS, BINO, and the connect. I've set it up in a way that this program will start like this, so you don't need to click anything except, if you want to in the morning or when you start using the simulator, you just click one time on power on. But we will quickly go over that later. So over here you can also start and stop processes. So this button is only for powering on and powering off the simulator. And this green button, it says it already, it says start software. So the moment you press it, it will start all software on all computers. And then it will need 1 or 2 minutes before everything is connected and ready. And then you can start. This is the big stop button for stopping all the software on all computers. So I would recommend when you're finished with an exercise that you use this big stop button, and then after you stopped it, then you shut down the computers with the power off button. Every computer has its own start and stop button. So if ever there are problems, so you have for each process even as well a dedicated start and stop button. So if something is hanging or not working well, then you can also individually start and stop processes. We will also cover this later. While we look at a little bit of troubleshooting. Usually it's not needed that often. Okay, there is also another feature in the software from our watchdog application, which is called remote control. And from here you can also take a remote control and see what is actually being shown on the screen. So of course you have the camera above it, but you can also go to a screen directly. So for example, if you would like to go to the radar screen, then you click this button here, which says remote control, and then you are getting the radar screen here. If you click on the scale button, then it will scale automatically, and then you see the whole screen. And then from here you can start and stop the radar as well, so you don't have to do it on the bridge, so you can remotely quickly access all the systems from here as well. So from here you can basically do anything which you could also do directly on the radar PC. And the same goes of course for the actors, bigger, and then from here you can also just access everything. And of course the conning as well. The conning has 2 screens though, so this has a slider on the bottom, and then you can go to the other screen.
Tức là màn hình
or
kia
you
được quẹt
stay
ra,
like
quẹt
this
sang
if
trái
this
sang
is
phải.
also on. But yeah, so this works for every screen as well. Also for the server. So the server PC, it does not have a screen physically, but it shows something. So you can connect to it. I don't think this will be needed, but yeah, just so you know, the button for remote control, it works for every PC. Are there any questions so far? Is everything clear until now?
Excuse me, sir, Mr. New. I see this is LC1, LC2, and LC3. What is the indicator?
It indicates the link client, and the link clients, the LCs,
Yes.
all the three, they connect to the trainee station. So the trainee station, it has everything, and it sends out to the link clients which view to render where. So the link clients are for all the outside views, the screens, the big screens.
Okay, outside
So
view.
that's why you have 1, 2, 3,
Cái màn hình nào?
4,
Nó tên cái màn hình
5
nào?
link client.
Cái màn hình coi.
Cái này kết nối với 3 cái LC đấy. Vâng, LC1, LC này, LC3. Trong đấy
So if I would, for example, stop on link client 1, then you will see that these two screens are
Tức
stopping.
là hai cái cánh, cái giữa là
And if I start them again, then they will start our software again, and then they will reconnect to this trainee station. And the trainee station, it will remember what to show.
cái S là tương ứng gì?
Training station.
Đâu?
Yeah.
Không, nhưng mà trong nó có liên quan gì trong cái cục chính trên bộ lái mấy ví dụ
Cái này là training station đấy.
đây toàn bộ đấy đúng không? Toàn bộ đấy. Tức là cả toàn trạm, còn đâu những cái trạm này
Yes,
chia ra
are
cái
there more questions? Feel free to.
năm máy nhỏ
Yes, now no more question. Can you check on the list?
khu bên này.
rồi.
Okay, thank you. So I quickly went over the watch functions and the reboot and the start. So I think now we can start with an exercise. So I will quickly stop everything, and then we can start everything from scratch. But before I click it, I just want to show you the screens. Yeah, they are reconnecting. So you can see they're still loading. And then now they're fully loaded. So it takes a little bit of time as well before everything is reconnected. But okay, for now I will quickly stop it. I will show you how this works.
Độ nhớ đủ không?
Okay, so usually in the morning or whenever you want to start the simulator, then you will start with this big button. You will be greeted with this screen, so this screen will be running. It will automatically start after you restart the computer or turn it on. I put some manuals here. I already opened them. So the first one is the instructor station manual. So this covers in a quite long document. It covers all the functions of, you see, watchdog, what we also quickly covered now. So the power on the reboot and what I want to cover with you now. So I will quickly put it here and I will just start our software. And then after I start the software, you can see everything will start and move into the correct place.
Nó chạy toàn bộ lên nhỉ?
Cái nút to này là toàn bộ.
Rồi.
Sẽ cần khoảng 2 phút.
Chúng ta còn nếu như bạn muốn individual thì nó có thể đấy.
Nhánh nhỏ
Đúng.
Yeah, so usually this takes, I don't know, like 30 seconds to a minute because all these processes are starting. You can see on this screen there is a notice, there's loading. This will stay black until there is a ship assigned. But okay, I will quickly just grab the menu with it so we can quickly cover it. Is this big enough, or do you want me to scale it a little bit bigger? I can also make it a little bit bigger if that's easier. Okay, so what we start with is we quickly go over the interface. So the first thing you will need to do is if you want to run an exercise, you will need to, over here in the top right, you have the scenarios. And over here you can create a new scenario. So I already created a bunch for testing, but let's just for now create a new one, and then you can, or we can pick whichever environment, and then yeah, just give the name. One second. Okay. And then over here, after you gave it the name, then you say create scenario, and then it will start loading the scenario. Okay, then I will quickly cover the topics because now you have some new buttons. Now you also have save and save as. So the moment after you're done creating a whole scenario, then you can use the save button to save the scenario, and then next time when you load this, it will come up again. So the screens you now have are the chart view, of course, and behind this one you have a 3D view. I will cover that later as well. On the right side here, just as mentioned in the menu, you have a CPA, DCPA tool. So the moment there are ships inside the environment, then you will see them mentioned there. You have a vessel list and infra list. So if there are bridges which can be opened, they are listed here. There's also assessments and a logic part. So the logic part can be used to automate stuff in the scenarios. Okay, oh yeah, and of course on the button you have a big timeline. So the moment you press start, after you set everything, then the time will start running and it will start recording everything. Then I will quickly go over are there any questions about this? So only the right screen. So we will go over some more detail in a bit, but this was just basic touching the functions. Oh yeah, there's also marks. So the moment there is a collision between the ship and something, then it will automatically get a marker and a timestamp over here. But you will see that later. In the notice chart view over here, you have notifications. So at the moment it's loading, it will show over here. It's loading. You have a menu over here, some options. So there's a lot of options in the software, but in the beginning, which is mainly useful, is sometimes if you would, for example, you could create a new 3D view, or you can switch views, and then you can change how the layout looks. So you if you would prefer, you can move windows around, and then you can save that in a matter how you want it. But now I put it in a very logical way in which we usually have it. So there's some options here. I can cover them later maybe because now I quickly want to briefly touch where the buttons are and how to use them. Okay, I will quickly add a ship as well. So adding a ship in the simulator is quite easy. You just right click anywhere here in the navigatable waters. So and then you have all sorts of ships. So what is important is that only the ships with the steering wheel can be controlled. So all of these can be controlled, and if you only want to show the ones which can be actually controlled, then you will need to select trading license. So that we can, for example, quickly put this ship, and then there's with some vessels there's different variations, but the default is the most used, and it doesn't have much changes to it. So now that I put the ship and it's selected automatically over here, so there's an objects overview. It will show all the ships here. So I will quickly add one more ship. And then confirm. So because we now have a ship in the environment, it will show this information bar on the bottom. So over here, if you select one of the ships, for example, if you select Lunacy, then we have this tool, the tool where we can see what is actually going on. But because now everything is paused and it's stationary, the values won't change. So there is also a tool which we use to move the ships around. So if you click somewhere in the environment, then the ships are deselected. And if you want to place them somewhere, you can first select them by dragging, and then you can move them around with the gizmo. So this tool, the green, if you hover over it, it has this green arrows and circle and the other four. So this is used to drag it around, and you can rotate it and just move it around in certain directions. So you can make them stay next to each other. So if you place vessels and you want to see them also on the screen, on the big screen, then you need to select them, and then you press F for focus. Then it will also center here if you hover here, and then if you hover on the bottom on the top, then you can also press F, and then it will automatically bring you to the ship. And in our software, we always navigate with right clicking. By right clicking, you can drag. So the dragging is for the chart view, but also for the 3D view. So you can use it to go underneath the vessels as well a little bit if you want to see what's going on down there. And you can use it to rotate and just check everything regarding the vessel you placed. Okay, and then for each ship you placed, you also have a context menu. So if you right click the ship, then you have all sorts of options. So you can change the lines, you can change the lights, you have a conning display with which you can control the ship, and depending on how you want to create a scenario, you can assign it to a route. So you can plan a route, and then you can assign the ship to a route, and then it will create some traffic, of course. So we briefly covered them. I will go into detail on that later.
Ngoài tàu chính là có thể mình tạo các tàu đi theo một tuyến đường sắt để tạo thành giao thông. Sau đó mình có thể
So indeed you can say preferred layout. There's some shortcuts which are somewhat useful, but the one I mainly recommend also using is the focus on selection, which is F. So you don't have to look around in the simulator. So there's mouse control indeed. So with left clicking you select things just like usual in normal programs, and with the right button you can either, if you only click the ship, you can click the ship with right over there, or you can also right click them over here, and then you get the same menu for changing stuff or looking at more detailed information of the ship.
Em này, ngồi ngoài em lấy của anh game laptop.
So it's scrolling on the chart view, you can zoom in and out. There are some settings we can change. I will not cover those now because this is a little bit more advanced. We will go over it later. Okay, so we already created a scenario now because on the right top you can see it's the scenario we already started, the testing scenario. Then depending on the amount of environments you will see a list, of course, and you also have another map over here. This is still a little bit of work in progress, this map, so it's not working with every environment already, but on most of the environments it's working, and it will also show your ships which you have placed. But it's not as detailed as this chart, of course. Give me 1 second. Okay, so now I will. Are there any questions in the meantime, by the way? It's a lot of information, but most of it is really written down very clearly as well in the manual. So I would recommend really going over the manual as well. We said it earlier as well. So there is a conditions tab. So the conditions tab is this window. So I'll quickly move it around. It's this one, and over here you can basically edit and control the conditions. So, for example, you can change dates, and then you can also change the light, or how to say it, where the sun is at the moment. So, for example, if you put the visibility very high and you make it night, then for example, you can see very far, you can see the lights, and I think you also should be able to see the stars on the screen. I think these are the stars, and this will also be shown on the simulator itself. So you could also actually use this to navigate using the stars only. This could be an option if you want to use that. And also depending on the date, the stars that will also align with that set data. So that is actually synchronized in the software. So over here you can also change the wind speed. and then you can see the waves will automatically already change. I will just quickly start it so we can actually see the waves moving. And then you can also hear it. You can change wind coming from. So there's all sorts of options. You can change the direction, and then you should be able to see that the waves will change its direction as well. Put the wind a little bit less. And then, for example, this slider is also quite useful. You can change the visibility. So what this basically does, it creates fog from a certain distance. So if you make it closer and closer, then yeah, as you can see, you can see less and less. So you could basically create a scenario in which nearly nothing is visible for the trainee. So the ship is going and they don't see anything. And then for you, you have this nice check mark, and then you can hide this, and then you have a clear vision, but the trainee, they can't see because it's still very foggy for them, so they cannot really see. So this is a nice way of creating a scenario where you can lower the visibility, basically. And, it's called visibility. So also, of course, you can edit the cloudiness. So that there will be some more clouds. And then, depending on how many clouds or how much clouds you want, you can change it. Also, there's rain. Hail. And you can add thunder. So, but yeah, you can even have all these things at the same time, which is not really logical, but yeah, it is possible because it's a simulator, of course. So you can make it rain and snow and all sorts of things at the same time, which is possible. Let's see, rain off. If you want, you can also immediately go to a certain preset. So if you want to have a certain amount of waves and then you want to apply it, then you click here, and then it will automatically put a certain wind amount and apply it. Let's see. There is also some more options if you check the advanced tab, and then you can change some extra things. So you have some water height if you want to make it very shallow somewhere, or there are some other options as well. But I think it's best to cover them later. Okay, I'll quickly put the wind back to somewhat normal. So it makes a little bit less noise. So we quickly covered the presets and the most important weather conditions which you can change. We already placed a bunch of ships. At the 20 years on the road floor. Okay. So what a good thing to know is as well. So if you build a scenario, I will also repeat this a couple of times. But if you right click and you add an object, then you have multiple options. So you have more ships than that are actually controllable. So you can assign all of these to your bridge, but the ones you cannot, for example this one or this one, it's always best to add it into the simulation as a route follower, because route followers they use less simulation power, so the server needs to calculate a lot of things for the ships. So if you place a normal ship, a default ship, then it will need to calculate way more things for the hydrodynamics and everything else, which is very heavy on the server. So it's always best to, if you want to have many ships, but you only want to control one, the one ship you put is always a default ship, which needs to be a trainee vessel. But all the other ships, they can be route followers, because route followers take less computing power. Okay. If there's any questions in the meantime, please let me know. Yeah, so we added a vessel. Okay, quickly cover the route followers. So over here on the chart view, you can create a route, which then the route follower will follow. So if you right click, you have the option to add a route, and then on the bottom here it tells you what to do. So it says place nodes, and then right click to confirm. So first you have to place nodes. Okay, so if for example I want to have something coming from here, then I left click where I want to have the nodes, and then it will automatically draw a line how the route will go. And then to confirm, I can either right click or I can use this confirm button over here. And then we have the route. Then I will just need to have a route follower, so I will right click again. I will add an object, and
File mềm PDF này là
I will
ở trên
choose
máy
a ship and choose a route
Tức là
follower.
có lấy ra ngoài được không?
Then I first have to place it, and then I need to select the ship. So automatically it's always selected. Then I right click on the route, and then I can assign the route. So there is an option to assign it to this route. And then you have all sorts of options. So there's a behavior, constant speed, accelerating, timed. You can set a maximum speed, acceleration, deceleration. It's by default checked that it will start at the maximum speed. There's also a end of route behavior. So after it reaches the end of the route, it will either stop and reset to the start of route, to the starting point, or continue from the end. Then it will just go straight from here. So yeah, it's basically anything you can configure. Yeah, and you can also make it suspend. So if you want, you can have it wait for like 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes, after you press play and you started the scenario, then it will go and start. Then you can also disable the environment effects for the ship, and apply height offset. Not really used that often. Rotation offset as well. And yeah, over here you can run and pause it. So for now, I will just put it to continue from end, and I will remove the 4 minutes I put, and then I'll just click OK. And then because I clicked over here on the route, it will start from here. So if you want to have it start from the beginning of the route, you will need to right click all the way from the beginning. And now you can see that it's going over the route. So now there's multiple ways of getting to the ship, because on the 3D view you don't really see it. So over here in the objects overview you have a small, what's it called again, a focus thing. So you can click it over here, and then the ship is selected. And then if you hover on the top screen and press F, it's focused, then it will bring you to the ship, and then you can see it go. Yeah, and you can assign multiple vessels to one route. Yeah, and you can also see the predicted path, so it will go here if it just continues at this speed. You can also change the speed after each node, so you can say, okay, it will accelerate up until here, and then from here it will go slower, and then yeah, you can change with the settings of the route. So if you want to do that, you can left click on the route, and then you need to right click it. Sorry, you need to right click on the nodes. So you have the nodes here, and then you have path node properties, and then this screen will tell you, okay, from this node onward, it will it will use the previous node speed. So the first thing we configured it will use, or you can set a new speed. So then you can, from each node, you can set a new speed, and then you can click next node, and then it will show you the next node over here. And then you can, so you could change that for each node, and then you can set different speeds. Or you have to wait for 5 minutes and then continue. Yeah, and after you created the route, if you're not happy with something, you can also just drag it around while it's running, and then you can change the shape of the route. Right-click on the straight part, there should be an option to insert node, and then you can insert new nodes and change the route as well. Let's see. Yeah, you can also add different type of vessels. So there's also a static vessel you can add. So the static vessel, they will just they have different behaviors. And if you make it static, you can make it either stick to the water level or just static fixed, and then it will not move no matter the weather environments. So this can also be useful in some cases. And of course, with the gizmo, you can move it around and wherever you want to have it. All these vessels we've added now, they're also visible here on the new instructor station tool. And over here, you have more options as well for all the ships. So if you open this view of each ship, then you can easily set navigation lights and do all the things as well. So if it is a trainee vessel, then you have more options than just with a static or a outfollower. So I think the Luna Sea Yeah, this one has more options because we configured more. We used the default ship. So I will quickly go to the Luna Sea. I focus on it, and then it should quickly load it there, and then
Pha này nó chuyển cả đến khác.
then you can apply sounds, you can apply navigation lights, you can test them, and then they should be visible. Yeah, they should be visible. You can apply a bigger board, you can play around with the searchlight. You can control it from here. Brightness, spotlight, and all sorts of things. You can have it. You can use it to control the anchors. And there's also emergencies you can quickly trigger. So that's all done from here. It's a quite convenient user interface. So you have a port alarm, check it with light, then have a port buoy, and then you can choose a location. Then you can deploy it, and then you can see also immediately
Thả
where.
kho khói, thả kho khói. Ở phía bên mặt phải chọn được vị trí đấy. Chọn vị trí, chọn anh.
Yeah.
Sơn tai các kiểu. Chiếu vào
It's a little bit laggy with TeamViewer, but okay, I think it's working quite well. Okay.
này đi trên kia của
Okay. Let's see. I will quickly go over some small things. Okay, now that we changed all sorts of things, we can save it. I will first need to pause it though, because we cannot save a running scenario. So I will pause it, and then I will save scenario. Stop the scenario. Oh, sorry, you need to stop the scenario before you can save it. So now after you stopped it, it's asking you to save it. But that was just a recording. So now I can save the scenario. So now the file has been saved if I use the top right button over here. Okay. Let's see. You can also use the save as button. So then you have you can give it different names. Okay, maybe before we continue, does anyone of you want to sort of try it a little bit to see if there's any questions already, or do you want to have a quick break in a bit, or?
Okay.
I think we should have a 30 minutes
30
break.
minutes.
Okay, that's good for us.
Sorry.
30 minutes break, I think. 30 minutes break. It's good. 30
Okay,
minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, 30 phút đấy.
Okay.
try break and discuss. We want to discuss.
More about the details.
Sorry, I cannot hear you that well, but okay.
Tại cái
I think we will shoot
đây còn có làm quen trước sẽ liên quan đến